Hello, thanks for joining us here. We've got an observed tornado now. An observed tornado, let's get right to it on the radar. So this tornado, observed tornado, is just to the north of Linton, Indiana, between Vicksburg and Linton, Lone Tree, Midland, Worthington. You're seeing the hail core here with baseball size hail. Baseball size, now it's up to softball size hail. Softball size hail with this storm here. And then we've got rotation here just to the northeast of Linton, Indiana, Switz City, will probably move just north of Bloomfield. And if we're going to zoom out just a hair here, this is headed towards Monroe County, so the Bloomington area. And you can see the inflow here with this system here with that. And let's take a look at the velocity to see, we look at the reds and greens coming together. Let's take a look here. Okay, and so you see just to the north of Linton here. So this is where the rotation is moving towards the Worthington area. This is an observed tornado on the ground. And so if you are in this area right now here in South Central Indiana, you need to be taking cover right now. Take cover right now. You've got a tornado, an observed tornado over you or headed in your direction right now. All right, so tornado warning does continue here for southern Owen County, Greene County until 7:30. So a damaging tornado and softball size hail. And I'm getting my severe weather warnings right now on my phone for my location here. So we've got tornado warning in this area here. Let me switch back to the radar so you can see what it's looking like here on the radar. With this. And so as we're taking a look here, so this is the area where the rotation has formed. It's where an observed tornado is on the ground. And this area right here, this is where we see the softball size hail and the heavy rains and the torrential, the very gusty winds with that here. And we're also taking a look at some other storms. We've got a big time storm moving through the Indianapolis area right now with extremely gusty winds. With this storm, we've got a supercell forming here in the Paoli area. We've got a storm here that's trying to develop just to the south and west of Columbus here. So, and then behind this line, we've got more storms back in Illinois. It's going to be getting into western Indiana yet again with this. And so taking a look at the storm here, this is the supercell that we're really focused on. We've got an observed tornado and softball size hail with this storm. So Owen County, Greene County, need to be taking shelter right now. Confirmed tornado was located over Linton or 31 miles southeast of Fairhope, moving east at 45 miles per hour. So the weather spotters have confirmed a tornado on the ground just to the north of Linton, here. So by a trained spotter here at 6:48. So about 8 minutes ago, a spotter has confirmed this tornado here. And so we'll continue to monitor this here as well as the other storms. What one person just said here recently, we got one heck of a tornado in progress near Linton, Indiana. So if you're in this area between Linton and Monroe County, the Bloomington area, you need to be taking cover right now. Get to a basement if you have one. If not, lowest level, most interior part of the building. We've got confirmed tornado in your direction, heading your direction right now. So this could possibly be what the National Weather Service is calling a life-threatening situation here. So if you are in the Linton, Switz City, Bloomfield, Tulip, Salisbury, Newark, Worthington, you need to be taking shelter right now. And if you're in Monroe County, which would include the city of Bloomington, you need to be paying attention to this storm that is currently producing a tornado. That tornado is on the ground, as well as just to the north of this, we've got softball size hail and some extremely gusty winds heading your direction with this. Indianapolis just reported 75 mile per hour wind gust. So the Indianapolis area is just now reporting a 75 mile per hour wind gust as this storm is moving through here with this. And you can see kind of that bow echo of the storm here, meaning these strong winds are really pushing ahead here. And that's where you see that bow form in this area. This red line is the warm front. what we've been paying attention to. We have the last few storm systems with this. And so the warm front continues to lift to the north. And so the severe weather, Anderson, Muncie, Newcastle, Richmond, you need to be paying attention here because these storms are heading your direction. With that, if you're in southern Indiana, you're wondering what's going on. Things have been kind of quiet here. So here's southern Indiana. We do have one storm along the Ohio River here, east of Owensboro, trying to develop and do something here. But if we just go back to the west here, these storms are heading your direction. All right, we've got some more storms here heading your direction. So if you're in southern Indiana, all right, you're not out of the woods because we've got several hours here of storms that are heading your direction. And these supercells, two of them here are tornadic at the moment. And so both are radar indicated. Fortunately, that's good there. But we're really focused on this storm right here, an observed tornado. Hail at softball size, 4 inches in diameter, all right, causing considerable amounts of damage in this area here. And so we're monitoring this storm amongst the other storms moving through here. And let's take a look at the CC while we're at it and zoomed in here with this. So this could show us any, oh, wow. Yes, this here shows damage. All right, so this would be debris in the atmosphere. All right, debris up in the air. This is what this is showing here. So yes, and we've got a very dangerous situation going on here. So if you're in Switch City, if you're along anywhere State Road 54 to State Road 57, if you're between Worthington and Bloomfield, you need to be taking cover right now. You've got a tornado, probably a fairly large tornado on the ground right now. This is an extremely dangerous situation for you. So if you're in the Linton, east of Linton area, take cover right now. So what this blue is signifying here, all bunched together, is we've got debris flying up in the air, and the radar is picking up on that debris here that's flying around in the air with this. And so that's what the correlation coefficient is taking a look at here. And so you see how it matches right up with the area here. We've got the inflow boundary coming here. All right, and updated on my drawing here, but we've got the inflow coming in right here, and we've got the outflow moving here, and this spin right here is what's causing this tornado. Currently a tornado on the ground. We just saw there the very deep CC drop with this storm here. And so severe weather continues to move through not just this area, but a major severe storm, not tornadic, but a very windy, gusty storm moving through the Indianapolis area right now. And so if you're part of that, you need to be likely taking shelter there. So, okay, we just got another report here of a large, strong tornado. Greene County, large, strong tornado on the ground. This, again, is a very serious situation. As the National Weather Service has just put it, this is a life-threatening situation with this storm here. And I'm checking to see if we have any cameras in this area that we can zoom in on with that. And I'm not seeing any right now, and the nearest one is turned off with that. So Bloomington would be the nearest camera, the access that I've got, or that I have access to here with this. But a large tornado on the ground, confirmed tornado, is being witnessed right now by observed spotters here. So if you're in Greene County here, you're under a tornado warning. Take this serious. Large tornado heading your direction, a very large tornado heading your direction, and softball size hail, what you see in the purple color there, softball size hail, 4 inches in diameter, obviously causing a lot of damage there. And we've got some very gusty winds with this storm as well. So if you're in Greene County here, you need to be taking shelter, get to the lowest level that you can possibly get to. If you got a basement, get into the basement. If not, first floor, all right, ground level, and then put as many walls between you and the exterior of the building as possible. Get in a safe spot inside there and try to protect yourself. If you've got, a bicycle helmet, a football helmet, a baseball helmet, if you've got a mattress that you can take into that, whatever your most interior room is to put on top of you, do everything you can to protect yourself, protect your family. You've got a dangerous situation right here. We've got a large tornado on the ground in the Worthington, Bloomfield area. Large tornado on the ground in the Worthington and Bloomfield area. And I know it's boring just staring at this radar here, We don't have any cameras here to show you along 231 to State Road 57 with that. And so I'm trying to monitor here for damage reports and so forth. So we're continuing to watch this storm here. We got a couple other supercells developing that are now under a severe thunderstorm warning. With this, that includes the city of Seymour and the southern part of Columbus. Just to the northeast of Paoli, we see a couple of storms here, supercells that have formed. We're also watching the storm here moving through the Indianapolis area, which is packing a punch right now. We've got more storms back to our west, going to enter Indiana here yet again. And then we've got some more storms. It doesn't look great on radar here with this, but we've got a line of storms here moving through with 40, 50 mile per hour wind gust being reported. So quite a bit going on. The wind gust here in the Indianapolis area. We had a wind report just a few minutes ago of 75 mile per hour winds. The National Weather Service here says 80 mile per hour winds with the storm. So it's causing a lot of destruction in this area. And so some major strong storms going on, but the one we're really focused on right here, right now, is this one right here. We got an observed tornado on the ground. We've got softball size hail with the storm causing quite a bit of damage. If you're in Bloomfield, it's looking like it's moving just to the north of you. All right, so if you're in Bloomfield, just to the north of you here, Worthington, take shelter right now, anywhere between Worthington, New Hope, Pottersville, Newark. You need to be taking shelter right now. Tulip, Salisbury, you need to be taking shelter right now. A very dangerous situation taking place here. Let's go back to the velocity. And you can see here the reds and greens and even blues here signifying we've got a strong tornado on the ground. I'm going to leave this here in this area. I'm just going to kind of widen it. Oh, I can't change it. Never mind. With that, and let's go back to the CC here. With that, not as defined as we saw just moments ago. With that, but holy cow, we've got a lot of spin here in the atmosphere. A tornado warning here, and I think we've got did we get an upgrade on this? We did. All right, with this here. So we've got now what is called a PDS tornado warning, a particularly dangerous situation. So if you're in this area, Greene County, and Greene counties, and heading towards Monroe County, tornado warning remains in effect until 7:30. Just moments ago here, confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Linton. All right, a particularly dangerous situation here. The storm's moving 40 miles per hour to the east. So it's moving at 40 miles per hour to the east here. So it's going right into Monroe County here with this. So how far away from Bloomington is it? Let's see here. Let's calculate here. So where the rotation is currently located, all right, it'll be in the Salisbury area in about 15 minutes. And seeing if we can just see Bloomington itself in here with that. And let's just update this again with this, and let's go through Bloomington here with this, moving at 40 miles per hour. And let's take a look here, Whitehall in about 17 minutes. And Bloomington there in about 29 minutes if it continues moving at 40 miles per hour with this here. And so a very dangerous situation taking place right now in the Worthington area, just to the north of Bloomfield. We've got an observed tornado on the ground. This is a PDS tornado warning, a very large and destructive tornado on the ground that was reported here. I'm taking a look here to see if we can get any new information on this exact storm right now. Let me refresh our feed here with that severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, this would be Frankfurt, Delphi, Flora area. So the Worthington area where this, where we're talking about the softball size hail, we just got a report here of 74 mile per hour wind gust. The 74 mile per hour wind gust in the Worthington area just about 4 or 5 minutes ago. with that. And let's see here, what else we got here. Um, quite a bit going on. We got quite a bit going on with this, and I'm focused here on this storm right here, right now with this. All right, with that, and we're getting a new, okay, that's Illinois. With this, we got a new tornado warning there in Illinois. So this rotation just to the north of Bloomfield, and it's moving towards Monroe County. So if you're in Bloomington right now, I know graduation has already taken place with that, but if you're in Monroe County, be paying attention to this. This is heading your direction. The supercell is heading your direction. We've got quite a bit going on. We've got another tornado warning just to the west of Terre Haute in Illinois. More tornado warnings back behind that. We've got an active time ahead of us here as we close this out, as we continue to watch this here, and I don't want to this anymore. Okay, with this, and so Indianapolis area. All right, we've got this Bill Echo here, about 75 mile per hour wind gust with the storm here. So massive storm, 70 mile per hour winds, 3/4 inch hail with this, doing considerable amount of damage as it's moving through the way. We've got a storm developing in Hamilton County and just to the west of Noblesville with this here. And so quite a bit going on, but we don't have any tornado warnings with this, but we got some extremely gusty winds here, especially just to the south of Warren Park. It's moving over 465 right now, or 69 right now. With that, so US 40 area, Washington Place area, we've got some very strong winds here with this storm. And so let's take a look if we can. So we got winds 75, 77, 71 miles per hour with this. And so now it's in the Cumberland area. It's now in the Cumberland area. So quite a bit going on there with this storm. So lots to watch here. I'm not seeing much rotation with that storm, but our focus is really back out here. It looks like a mess right now in the Worthington area to the west of Bloomington. And that's where we're taking a look here with this storm. And so we'll continue to monitor this here. I'm going to check for some more updates. I'm going solo here tonight. Train spotter reports. So at 7:06, so 4 minutes ago, we still had a tornado on the ground. 4 minutes ago, we still had a tornado on the ground. So a massive storm here, moving through Greene County, heading into Monroe County here with this. So Owen, so Greene, Owen, and then Montgomery County here with this. And so Beech Grove just saw a wind gust of 65 miles per hour. Beech Grove area, so southeast side of. Okay, here we go. With this, let me share the screen here if I can. I'm going to show you the tornado. I'm going to show you the tornado that moved through here. This is from Live Cam Chaser. With this, hang on 1 second. Let me load this video here. With this, and I want to go to, there it is. All right. So it's loading. Okay, here it is. So you see it right? You see it right in the center of your screen there. Okay, this is the tornado that's gone through that Linton area. You see it right there in the middle of your screen. And they got pretty large very quickly there, didn't it? With that, look at that. And it's a little bit grainy. It's hard to see here. So let's rewind here. This is it starting. This is where it started here. Okay, you can see the actual tornado that we're following on the radar right now with this. And so I'm going to see if we can get this camera live. Let's see if we can get this camera live on it. Let's go back to the radar. Look at that. Look at that thing. A large destructive tornado on the ground. Okay, this is it. This is heading towards Monroe County, which includes the city of Bloomington with this. So this is the tornado that we're following. All right, this is it here, south central Indiana. Look at that. Okay, so we're following this storm right here So yeah, if we can, we got things going on here. If we can follow this storm live, can we follow this storm live? Um, with that, that's the question. And let's see here. It doesn't look like they're live. They're not live. Let's double check here. Okay. So Live Cam Chaser is not live. Is not live. Okay. Okay. All right. So yes, sorry about that. Communicating here. We're looking at Live Cam Chaser on X, who's got video of this actual storm here. And so let's go back to the radar here, and let's get us reset here with what we're looking at. So several severe thunderstorm warnings in Indiana right now. This includes Logansport, Kokomo, Lafayette, just out of it, just going by you there. Indianapolis, just south of Columbus, Seymour, north of Paoli, Bloomington, Spencer. You're in this severe thunderstorm warning here, but we're monitoring this storm right here, right where you see where my cursor is. That's where we're just seeing that tornado on the ground. Excuse me, that's what we're seeing right here with this. So tornado on the ground west of Bloomington, heading your direction there. And so in the next few minutes here, we'll see what the National Weather Service out of Indianapolis does with this storm. We'll see what they do here with this tornado warning, if it gets extended and does include Monroe County and Bloomington or not. And I believe in Bloomington is where we've got our, they're seeing a little, okay, so a little rain there with this. So I'm monitoring some cameras here in the Bloomington area. And so we'll be able to take a look at those cameras as we can here. With this, a very dangerous situation taking place right here, right now, that we're looking at. With that, we knew severe weather was going to be an issue here. As you can see, they're in red, where some very strong winds and a lot more rotation was going to take place tonight, and that's what we're seeing here with this storm. That's what we're going to see over the next few hours here as we follow this. Winds are the major issue here, and we're seeing those from Lafayette to Logansport, down in Indianapolis, Bloomington area right now. We're seeing those winds. The tornado threat we knew was going to be there, and that's what you can see in the map right there. As it's possible there in the brown color. It's a little bit more likely in the yellow color there, but it's most likely in the red color there. And then the same with the hail here that we're seeing. Some extremely large hail with these storms here. And so we're going to watch this camera right here. This is in the Bloomington area. Right here. We're going to watch this camera here, and we're going to see if we can see some others that are facing to the east. And guys, we want to go back and look to the west and southwest here if we can with these storms. And so so this is it right here. All right, this is what we're looking at. So if you're in you're not in a tornado warning yet, but Ellettsville, Bloomington, Clear Creek, all right, this storm is heading your direction. So if you're to the north side of the storm, where the pinkish, purplish colors are here, that's where we're seeing that softball size hail, up to softball size hail, 4 inches in diameter with that. And just to the south of it, then this is where the rotation is. This is where the tornado has been with this here. With that, and I was just seeing if we were getting any kind of update here. So this is what's called a PDS tornado warning. A PDS tornado warning, meaning PDS stands for a particularly dangerous situation. All right, we've got a particularly dangerous situation going on with this system here, and so quite a bit going on with this. I'm checking for some more updates here, if at all possible. With that. Okay, so quite a bit going on here in South Central Indiana, really across the state right now. We've got some storms going on, taking place here, several severe storms taking place here. So the rotation's over the Newark area right this second. So it's over the Newark area right this second. Let's go back to the CC here. Okay, and it's hard to tell here exactly what's going on, but yeah, we've got possible debris from a tornado that's heading towards State Road 43, just to the north of Salisbury, heading into Monroe County. And so continue to watch the situation here with this storm. Let's back out and make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, just to the west of Terre Haute, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tornado warnings west of Terre Haute here. So we've got several hours here ahead of us with what we got here, and quite a bit going on. Okay, so there's our new tornado warning. So we've got a brand new tornado warning. This does include the city of Bloomington. So if you're in Monroe County, this affects you here. Let's take a look at it. This hail size, good thing is it's been downgraded to baseball size. With that, the bad news, it's still baseball size, almost 3 inches in diameter with this. So Monroe County, Owen County, Greene County, until 7:45, you're under a tornado warning. The severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 9 miles northeast of Bloomfield or 15 miles west of Bloomington, moving east at 45 miles per hour. All right, the storm has a history of producing tornadoes, all right, and softball-sized hail with it here. The good news about this tornado warning, not that we want tornado warnings, but the good news about this particular tornado warning is right here, radar indicated. Radar indicated, so spotters are not seeing a tornado warning on the ground. All right, spotters are not seeing a tornado warning on the ground here with that. And so with that, so yes, with that, so we'll just kind of keep this up here for a second. And so we had a what we call a wedge tornado. It was on the ground there, just in the Linton area, here with this. We also have, okay, so that was an extension of that here. Tornado warning there and there. Okay, so we've got an update to our tornado watch with this, and we'll just leave it as it is. But the tornado watch has been extended into eastern Indiana and into Ohio. So the tornado watch, you'll see this update here, not too long. But you'll see these counties highlighted in yellow here soon. So you're under tornado watch. I'm sure you're getting if you're in eastern Indiana, including Richmond, you're getting your alert right now, letting you know that you're under a tornado watch in this area. So we still have 70 mile per hour winds and 3/4 inch hail with the storm just moved through the Indianapolis area into the Franklin area right now. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning with the storm just to the southeast east of Columbus with 60 mile per hour winds and 1 inch hail in diameter. We got a storm moving into the Seymour area, 60 mile per hour winds and 1 inch hail in diameter. With that, we've got a storm moving in here to the New Harmony area, just to the north of Mount Vernon over the next 10-20 minutes here. That's under severe thunderstorm warning with ping pong ball size hail and 60 mile per hour wind gust. With this, we've got multiple tornado warnings to the west of Terre Haute in Illinois right now. That'll be moving into Indiana here shortly. We still have a few storms just to the north of the warm front here with these, and neither of these right now are tornado warned, or warned at all, whether it be tornado or severe thunderstorm warning. So that's good news right there. They've kind of died out a little bit as they went through Clayton County, Boone County, Tippecanoe County area. But our big focus right now is this supercell right here. We'll enlarge this. And if I had to guesstimate here, this tornado is cycling back. All right, you can see that hook echo here. All right, you can see the inflow going. That's where our rotation is. And so let's take a look at the velocity here if we can. And you can see that's the reds and greens coming together there. We've got rotation again, moving over State Road 43, getting ready to enter Monroe County. So we're just to the west of Bloomington. This storm here has had a history of producing a wedge tornado, a strong tornado here. You can see the reds and greens coming together over State Road 43 with this storm here as it's moving through. And you can definitely see the hook right here right now with this. Again, moving into Monroe County, moving in about 40-45 miles per hour here. And so let's take a look if we can. We'll get it set up here for you in the Bloomington area. Did we get the camera moving there? All right, let's take a look here. See if we got it. Okay, there it is. There it is here. All right. So State Road 39 there at I-69 in Monroe County. So we'll follow this here. This is looking to the south and east here, and we'll see if we got a better view right to the west here. That would be again, we want to look west if we can with that, and okay, not on that one. That one's out. Okay. All right. So yeah, so we'll continue watching this here. With that, I think that one there is in. Yeah, that one there is not the one we want. All right, so we're watching here this tornado warning here in Indiana, history of producing a tornado. We've got a history of producing a tornado, and you can see that hook echo here just moving over State Road 43 right now. So if you're in McVille, if you're in Hendricksville, if you're in Elrin, if you're in Stanford, Indiana, you need to be taking shelter right now. We've got a tornado warning in your area, tornado warning here in your area with some gusty winds and some large hail with that. All right. We're looking here for some new information. Again, quite a bit of new information here on some storms there in Kentucky. So severe thunderstorm warning that does include Muncie, Anderson, and Noblesville until 8:15. So if you're in that area here, it's a very strong tornado in the in Kentucky, crossing I-55 there. All right. So Illinois tornadoes there with this. So just trying to find if we got any new information here regarding the tornado warning. We did have in another one now a dust storm warning in Northwest Indiana, a legit dust storm warning, something that we don't talk about here in Indiana very often. And so with this, so the tornado warning in Illinois. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at that if we can. Which one are we talking about here? One of these has become observed. We'll watch this in a second here. One of these has just become observed, and we'll let the radar update here. And became a PDS tornado with it. And so if we can see here. And yeah, definitely. And so PDS tornado warning with one of those storms here. But yes, we're watching this storm right here. We're watching this storm here. Just crossed State Road 43, this rotation here headed towards the Bloomington area. So if you're in Bloomington, you need to be taking shelter right now. Take shelter right now. We've got a tornado warning here heading your direction. If you're on the north side of this, just of this tornado here, you're going to get some baseball size hail with this storm here. And so we'll continue to watch this here. This is the closest video that we can get here, so you can see this is in Bloomington right here at I-16 on I-69. You can see wet pavement. All right, the cars are moving there. The trees are pretty steady right now, but we'll continue to watch this as the storm gets closer here to this area, and so we can bounce around to a few cameras here. With that, and so this is just one that is it's pointing to the east right now, but we do have some other cameras as well that we're paying attention to. With that, let's go to this one here. This is I-69 again there at State Road 39. Again, looking to the southeast, so looking at that severe thunderstorm to the south and east that we were just talking about a few moments ago with that here. And so we'll continue to watch this here as the storm here moves through. Let's go back to the one in Bloomington. Yeah, so we'll continue to watch this here as the storm continues to move through here in Monroe County. And so this rotation is to the west of Clear Creek, just southwest of Bloomington here. And so Bloomington, you're going to get the north side of Bloomington. Looks like it's going to get pounded pretty hard here by some very large hail. And then the south side of Bloomington, that's where we got to watch this rotation here, possible tornado with this storm here. And so that's kind of what we're watching here on the radar. And so we're still a few minutes away from the actual rotation getting to this area. And so, yeah, we'll continue to watch this as the storm moves through here with this. Let me back up just a hair and look at the tornado warnings here in Illinois. Okay. And so our PDS storm is in far southern Illinois here, a tornado emergency here in southern Illinois that we're watching. But we're really focused here on what we see here in the Bloomington area with this storm here. And so let's go back to the velocity. Still kind of messy here, but we've got the rotation to the west of Clear Creek. Still have rotation that we're seeing to the west of Clear Creek with this storm here. And so if you're in, let's zoom in here. All right, if you're in Kirby, take shelter now. If you're in Garden Acres, take shelter right now. If you're in Clear Creek, take shelter now. If you're in Van Buren Park area, take shelter now. If you're in the Monroe County Airport, take shelter now. All right, now. We don't have time to waste. You need to be taking shelter right now. The storm has a history of producing a tornado, and you're under a tornado warning, and this rotation is going to go right above you, okay? Broad view, sunny slopes. All right, we talked about Clear Creek, Night Ridge, all right, Bloomington itself. You need to be getting into your shelter, so basement or the lowest level, first floor, most interior part of the building. All right, putting as many walls in between you and the outside as possible with this very serious situation going on here. You're under a tornado warning with a storm that has produced a large tornado, and this rotation is going to go right above your head. All right, so if a tornado drops, and it can drop at any second right now, you need to be in your shelter. It's not a time to go outside, take pictures, take video, and see what's going on. Just take shelter. You and your family. Let's protect yourselves. All right, and let the trained spotters who are out there, worry about the video and the pictures for this. So we just got an update here. The good news is we're losing quite a bit of that pinkish purple color that we saw a little bit earlier with the softball size hail. So the hail is probably still there in Marlin Hills, in Westbrook Downs, Arlington, Hunter Switch, New Unionville. You probably had this hail, or you're probably having hail right now, but not the baseball and softball size hail as we saw moments ago with that. So tornado warning does continue for another 14 minutes here for Monroe County, includes the city of Bloomington. Take shelter there, protect yourselves. Protect yourselves in the shelter. I mean, if you've got bicycle helmets to put on, especially the kids, some thick blankets, even a mattress on top of you. This is the time where we talk about being prepared all the time. This is the time where you actually execute said plan with that. So quite a bit going on with this storm here. I'm going to zoom back out and make sure we're not missing anything. We'd have several severe thunderstorm warnings as this line of supercell thunderstorms continue to move through, and a couple of larger storms here to the south. We're really focused on this supercell right here. It's produced a tornado here, and we've got a couple of supercells that we need to pay attention to that'll be moving into Indiana here pretty soon with that. And so we'll continue to watch that, and we also need to monitor down south here, getting closer to the Evansville area of a tornado emergency. So large tornado on the ground with that here with this. And so let's take a look here at our traffic camera if we can. And there it is. All right. And so you can see the rain continues to fall from this here. We're not seeing the strong gusty winds at this camera right now, but we're probably seeing some hail because you can see under the overpass there a car on the shoulder that stopped on that. And so quite a bit going on. Quite a bit going on with this right now. An important situation going on here in the Monroe County area with this. And so we've got a tornado warning on the ground, excuse me, a tornado warning right now with a storm that has produced a tornado warning. Let's do this again, a tornado warning here, including Monroe County. And you can see the car's pulled up here. So here, okay, so starting to hit right now. You see a vehicle go under the overpass here. You see a vehicle parked there on the side. It's very dangerous to do. It's extremely dangerous to do with that. And you got to be very, very, very careful doing that, because you're not only putting yourself at risk, but you're putting others at risk as well. And you're not seeing them on the screen. That's right. So now you can see cars stopping here with that. So an extremely dangerous situation. It tells me the hail is probably falling with the storm. And you can kind of see it there mixed in very, very, maybe a little bit with that. And so quite a bit going on with this supercell that's moving through Monroe County right now with this. So yes, quite a bit. Quite a bit going on here with this. And so as you're taking a look at this video here, this is of Monroe County. This is where the tornado warning storm is going through right now. The storm has a history of producing a tornado with this. Okay, so Jackson and Jennings County. Okay. All right, so we're going to get an update here on our tornado warning. This storm right here. Okay, there's our update here. So Seymour, North Vernon, Lovett, you're under a tornado warning now. So this just occurred here. Tornado warning, southeastern Jackson County there, and then Jennings County until 8:15. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Seymour, moving east to 50 miles per hour. And so with the storm here, if we turn on the velocity with it, and so reds and greens coming together, kind of two areas that we're taking a look at here. So one there, and maybe some broad rotation here, and really three areas, and some rotation here. So quite a bit going on with this storm right now. Let's put the radar back on and take a look. So we've got some notches here within the supercell that we're watching. And so here's our hook that's formed. Looks like a secondary hook right here. All right, we've got our hail core right here. And so quite a bit going on. So if you are, let's see here, Dudleytown, Uniontown, Retreat, Staples Ford, you need to be taking shelter right now. Take shelter right now. So the north of Crothersville, you need to be taking shelter right now. So quite a bit, and I'm not even showing you on the screen with that. So let's do that again. That would be very helpful. Thanks for telling me there with that. So if we turn on the velocity here, so we're taking a look at some areas of rotation within the storm itself. Here, Dudleytown, or near Staples Ford, north of Chestnut Ridge. So we've got three areas that we're taking a look at with this. And so if we go back to the radar, and you can kind of see over 65 right now, some rotation with that Chestnut Ridge. We have a little bit of rotation there with that, but here's the hook. Here's the hook that we're starting to talk about that's forming. We got some inflow that's starting to come in here. All right, we've got our hail core right above it in that. And so, yeah, so if you're in the Seymour to the North Vernon area, you need to be taking shelter right now. Okay, and so we've got several more tornado warnings here to go through. Several more tornado warnings to go through that we need to be paying attention to. From left to right, we're still watching Bloomington. All right, Clear Creek area. Now it's an observed. Back to an observed tornado, Monroe County, observed tornado. We'll get to the other ones. We got a lot to go through here, and it's hard to keep up right now. But a tornado warning in Monroe County, so over the Clear Creek area, all right, south side of Bloomington, we've got an observed tornado on the ground. Observed tornado. This produced a tornado earlier. It is back to producing a tornado again. And so if you are in Monroe County, you need to be taking shelter right now. Please take shelter right now if you're back in Monroe County with this storm here. And the velocity is very messy on that one, but in the Clear Creek area, you need to be taking shelter right now due to this. We also have let's just go to it real quick. We'll come back to this one. Radar indicated tornado warning now for Shelby, Brown, Bartholomew counties until 8:15. This is radar indicated tornado here with hail 3/4 of an inch in diameter here. And so right back here to the south of Nashville, just to the south there of southeast of Brown County State Park, crossing over 135, headed towards the new Bellsville area, which is getting pounded here by wind and rain with that. And so, yes, definitely situation to monitor there. We've got another tornado warning here to the east, radar indicated. This one, Decatur, Bartholomew, Jennings County until 8:15 with that. And let's take a look at the velocity and see, okay, so reds and greens coming together here. So this is what we're looking at there. So if you're over Alert, if you're over Sardinia, Westport area, you need to be taking shelter right now. Take shelter right now because we've got some rotation heading your direction. And again, to the south of Seymour, we've got a couple of areas of rotation with this storm here that's moving through south of Seymour. So if you're in the Uniontown area, you need to be taking shelter right now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tornado warnings, 4 tornado warnings right now in South Central Indiana. We've got tornado warnings on storms that are just getting ready to enter the Terre Haute area. And so round 2 for you guys in that area here. And then we're watching in southern Indiana, some storms here starting to get close to far southwestern Indiana. That includes one supercell that has a tornado emergency right now. Not just a tornado warning, but a tornado emergency. So several tornado warnings right now here in Indiana that we're going to continue to follow with this here. And okay, so yeah, just trying to follow along here to see what updates we got. So we've got 4 tornado warnings right now, 4 tornado warnings that we're watching here. And we just kind of go back to video here to see what we can see. So lots of hail from the Bloomington camera that we saw a little bit ago with that. And just crazy. 4 tornado warnings right now in Indiana with this. And so, okay, that's in Minnesota there. Just trying to get some new information for you with some storms here. Picture of a tornado from earlier. I'm going to double check this one. It is earlier. Yeah. Reset our radar here of what we're taking a look at. So Bloomington, Columbus, Westport, Seymour, tornado warnings all over the place here with this. And let's see if I can get you. So this is a picture of the tornado back towards the Sullivan area a little earlier this evening with that. And so just crazy of what we're thinking about right now, what we're looking at right now with these storms. This is Indiana. We don't want to see this in Indiana. We don't see it anywhere. We're usually used to seeing this in other states to our west and south. But we got 4 tornado warnings right now on 4 different storms. And we've got more tornadic storms moving into western Indiana right now. And so this is what we feared today when they put us under this moderate risk for severe weather, level 4 out of 5 here. And so so we're trying to maintain this here, trying to maintain keeping you up to date on all of these storms here, kind of depending on where you're at. Don't hesitate to put in the chat there your location if you need some assistance, if you're under any of these tornado warnings right now. If you're not in these tornado warnings, I'm not going to make it a high priority right this second. Let's focus on those who are. So we're focused here on Indiana. We're not focused on any other state here with this. And in this view right here, we do have 4 tornado warnings. With this, we've got multiple number of severe thunderstorm warnings that are across Indiana right now, mainly for large hail and some very gusty winds. With these storms, we're getting reports of power outages, lines down, tree limbs down, and so forth. So quite a bit going on. And so I apologize if I'm not talking about your area with your severe thunderstorm warning. with that, because the focus here has got to be on these 4 different supercells that are developed here in South Central Indiana. We've got tornado warnings that include the cities of Bloomington, Nashville, Columbus, Westport, North Vernon, Seymour. You are all under these tornado warnings and need to be taking shelter immediately. So if we go from left to right here, let's zoom back in on the Bloomington area. The storm here is heading over 446. The rotation is 446. So Bloomington is getting out of the clear of this rounds of storms here. Be prepared for yet another one with that there. And so, okay, this one's going to expire in 2 minutes, but we got a brand new tornado warning here for this one. So East Central Monroe County, Brown County, Western Bartholomew County until 8:15. Radar indicated. We've got baseball-sized hail with this storm here. And so we've got some tornado warnings that are overlapping each other. So if you're in Nashville, you're hearing the sirens yet again, a second tornado warning in just a few minutes here for you. And so on the, making sure these aren't overlapping here. Okay. On this here. And so that's, yeah, until 8:15 with this one as well here. And okay. With that, so let's take a look at the velocity here and see what all is going on here. So the reds and greens coming together. So back here in this area, just crossed 446. We're taking a look at that storm there. The one over Brown County State Park, we're taking a look at there. Clarksdale area, we're taking a look at there with this particular tornado warning. And then we've got a couple here just to the west of Westport. We're seeing some rotation here, so quite a bit of rotation here on this. Still a radar indicated tornado warning. So if you're in Westport, Mapleton Corner, Tuckertown, Neff Corner, Millhausen, you need to be taking shelter right now. Tornado warning, and this rotation is going to go above your head. This rotation will go above your head here. So you need to be taking shelter right now. And then if you are to the south of North Vernon or Vernon, and or in the Lovett area, you need to be taking shelter right now. The Presley Fish and Wildlife area, you need to be taking shelter right now. Walnut Ridge, Gray Ford, you need to be taking shelter right now. This rotation is heading your direction, and quite a bit of rotation here. It's going to go right above your heads with this. And okay, so there's the tail end back here with that. Okay, and so yeah, so we've got some rotation within the storm itself, some very strong winds in itself, and we've got some rotation here on the backside of the storm. So it always helps to look at the storm itself here. So multiple tornado warnings, 4 to be exact, here in South Central Indiana, and we'll continue to monitor these storms right here. And so let's take a moment to get ourselves reset with this, not going anywhere, but I need to get us reset here and then jump right back on with this. And so be right back.